Thank you.
That one. Yes, okay,
All right.
So are we good on the tech side?
I think we are good on the tech side. Thank you. Apologize for that, folks. I think we're good now.
Okay.
Can you all see the presentation up on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, welcome, good morning, everyone. We're going to call this meeting to order, the Commission for Transportation Disadvantaged. I want to start this morning, and I don't know, do we have a slide of the flag or?
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
Mhm.
we go ahead and pull that up, and if you join with me, as we say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, nation,
under God,
liberty and
justice for all.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chair, I gotta still call the roll.
Yes, okay, sorry.
That's my fault. All right. Commissioners on the phone, when I kind of call out your name, please leave your line on unmute. All right, Chair Stevens,
Present?
Commissioner Barrios. Commissioner Barrios, can you hear? Okay, Commissioner Elwell.
Here.
Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Knight.
Here.
Commissioner Tellez.
Here.
Quorum is present, Mr. Chair. I'm gonna go find Commissioner Barrios to be sure that we're actually, you mind helping her? Sure. Okay, but you guys can
Proceed.
We're good. Yep. Mhm.
Okay. All right, like I said, welcome to our meeting. I'm going to go through and do a quick introduction of the commissioners and the advisors. I know we did this yesterday as well, but we have a couple folks on the phone. Phil Stevens, hail from Tampa, Florida. We've been on the commission about 3 years or so. Transportation engineer by practice and been involved since my son Jared came into our life about 22 years ago. So with that, Commissioner Elwell, you want to give a quick intro?
Sure. Don Elwell, one of the newest of the commissioners, along with Commissioner Barrios, former county commissioner, Highlands County, 10 years, was chair of the LCB and was on the LCB for 5-6 years or so. I think probably over on that side there. So very interested in all of this. Love to see the bigger picture for statewide perspective. So very happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Commissioner Gray, I think you're on.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Christine Gray. I live in Titusville, Florida. I've been with the commission since 2019. I have cerebral palsy, so transportation is very important to me. And particularly as I've gotten older, it's also important because I have a son without a disability. I have spent almost 23 years advocating for different issues for people with disabilities. And transportation and access to transportation for people with disabilities is one of the main issues that is important to me. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Knight.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Renee Knight. I'm Vice President of Community Services for ElderSource. And I also joined the commission in 2019. I've been working in senior programs and with seniors for over 26 years. And as you know, transportation is a major need for seniors, many of them. And as I was telling Liz, you can have the best healthcare system in the world, but if you can't get there, it doesn't matter.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Tillett.
3 years. I have decided and actually I'm a registered nurse. I work in resources.
Hey, good morning. This is Elmer. Sorry to interrupt. We can't hear anything.
Muted. Hang on. Can you hear me now?
There you go. I can hear you now.
Thank you. Yeah, the mute button didn't help. I don't know why. So let's back up there. So if you're on the Teams meeting, as I just demonstrated, you should mute your microphone. And then unmute it at the appropriate time. So that was a little practical demonstration. But also, as a reminder, we are operating under Florida Sunshine Law. This is an official public meeting. Everything is being recorded as long as it's not on. And all chat box comments, everything is part of the public record here. So, and then when we get to the public comment, we'll call on form first. People in the room will go to the Teams call, then we'll go to the telephone after that. So, David, you'll go to the next slide.
Yes.
Okay, so now that takes us to the first public comment section of the agenda. Now, this portion of the agenda is reserved for current agenda items only. We'll have another portion later where you can discuss other topics. Do we have any forms submitted at this point?
We do, Mr. Chair, but I would say, sorry, I keep forgetting that I need to keep this. I would say let's first invite the folks from Stewart, if they have a welcome they want to provide, and then we go into the public comments. I wasn't on the agenda, but I know that the
No,
folks
it
here.
is. It was after that.
Oh, it was after that. Okay, I didn't see that. Sorry. Okay, so the first one that I have here is from Julia Davis. Actually, I think that's the only one I've got here from before the meeting started. So it's just Julia Davis. You want to get up and on the?
You can. I don't know. There's a microphone. Can they hear from back there? They can hear from back there, Julia. Don't worry.
Good morning. For the record, Julia Davis, transportation planner with Whole Transportation Planning Organization. Dr. Tellez, nice to see you. We met a long time ago. I'm here to make comments on the executive director visioning summit yesterday. Excellent. Okay. So I wanted to add two quick things. Transportation planners, which includes transit planners, and that includes planners, not only have to operate in the world of transportation planning, but they also have to work with land use planning. So again, to imagine that planners can do all of that on 20,000 a year is impossible. And so what happens is the TD planning program, I loaded in quotes so that TD planners, they're into affordable housing, they're into the environment, they're into sustainability, equity, maps, whatever their metropolitan planning organization shoves to them, whatever their regional planning council shoves to them. So they're not always doing TD, they're doing something else with half of their time. So this sets up, in some ways, it rounds out the program because they've got additional resources, but in other ways, it makes it difficult for them to focus on this program and help the TD program thrive and grow. So I just wanted to say those things. Thank you all for letting us comment. It's good to see you all.
Thanks, Judy.
Any other comments?
No,
Any other?
No, Mr. Chair.
Anybody raise their hand online? Any initial public comment? Do we have any indication online?
If we have, are you available to make public comment over the phone for?
Yes, we are.
those
I would
from
ask
Stewart?
that you, if you're going to make a public comment on Teams or over the phone, that you would state your name and your county, your residence, or some information so we could get a better handle on where you are, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Merritt Matheson. I'm the mayor of the city of Stewart and the chair of our local coordinating board for transportation disadvantage. I want to thank you, Chair Stevens, and all the board members for those of you that came to Martin County. We appreciate it. I want to extend my deepest apologies for not being there in person. Something came up at my other job. and I wasn't able to make it, and had a very intense day of meetings yesterday at our city commission. But transportation disadvantage and the services you provide all across the state are incredibly important to me, as I know are very important for many others on this call. I'm legally blind due to Leber's optic neuropathy. And so, again, this is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I want to thank everyone for all the work they do. I know funding for our local board is always an issue, and providing as many rides as we can for those in need is always a top priority. And so I appreciate the work our staff has been doing on that, and I appreciate the work you as a board have been doing on it. And again, thank you for coming. We're honored to have those of you here in Martin County. We appreciate your services. And again, thanks to Executive Director Durham for setting it up to come to Martin County. And I apologize for not being able to be there in person. But thank you, and look forward to listening to the meeting when I can.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Anyone else on the phone? Not, then we'll.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, this is Mayor Chelsea Reed from Palm Beach Gardens, and I'm actually the chair of the TD board for the TPA in Palm Beach County.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Anyone else on the virtual world? Not, then we'll close out this initial public comment section. We do have a presentation, right? Welcoming presentation at this point in time. Beth, are you?
Hi, I'm Beth Beltran. I'm MPO Administrator of the Martin MPO, and I want to echo Mayor Matheson's words of thanking you all for having your meeting in Stewart, and for also having the Vision Summit yesterday. That was very informative, a lot of good discussion. I want to thank Ricardo Vasquez. He has been very helpful in helping put these meetings on, and with the organization, and much appreciated. And we are fortunate enough to have the Senior Resource Association, or SRA, is our CTC, and they are here to give a presentation and tell you a little bit about what's been going on with the Martin TD program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Beth. And I'm Karen Deagle. I'm the CEO of the Senior Resource Association. We are the CTC for Martin County. We have been since 2019, and we want to talk a little bit about that. But I just want to first thank you to all the commissioners for coming here today. Yesterday and today, it was a great session yesterday, and I know David is going to have more of it when we have our meetings coming up in August, and really appreciate working with the CTD staff. So very helpful anytime that we have any issues, concerns, or ideas. They're always very welcoming. So David, thank you very much to you and your staff for all of that. Also, to the MPO here in Martin County, we've had a great time working with Ricardo and Beth and the whole team in the last few years, and developing some new transit that hopefully improving and providing what is really needed in this community. Senior Resource Association, and I know we have a PowerPoint presentation. You want to pull that up, Ricardo?
We don't have the PowerPoint, but what we'll do is we'll publish it after this.
It's right there.
Well, the people on the Zoom call.
On the Zoom call, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
on the
We don't
Zoom
have
call,
that.
okay.
We didn't have it for this, so
Okay.
I'm so sorry about that. But we will publish it on the website if y'all want to send it to me after this meeting, and we'll put it up today.
Okay, wonderful. I didn't see it on the.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you. So the Senior Resource Association, I just wanted to mention, we are the CTC for Indian River County. So we provide all the mass transit and the paratransit in Indian River County, and have been doing that now for 40 years. Senior Resource Association has been the provider. We are the lead agency for the community and home-based services for Indian River County as well. So we do all the Meals on Wheels, the adult daycare, in-home services. We have durable medical equipment program, shopping assistance program. We are the public guardian for Indian River County. So we do a plethora of senior services in addition to all of the transit as well. We were fortunate enough to be asked back in 2019 to come in on an emergency basis to Martin County and start to provide the services for the paratransit here. So as you can see, what our mission statement is, that we do promote independence and dignity in our community by providing services to older adults and transportation to all. So again, we have been the CTC in Martin County since, was it October of 2018? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. 2019 was when we took the public guardianship program over. So yeah, since 2018, that's wonderful. We operate at this time, we operate the Martin County Community Coach. We also restarted the Indian Town Shuttle. We began the Treasure Coast Development Disabilities Advantage Ride Program. And that was in coordination with the Commission for Transportation Disadvantage, the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council, and St. Lucie County, which is the CTC just north of us. I'm going to hand this over to Chris. Chris Stevenson is the Transportation Director, and he's going to give a more update on what all of these programs involve.
Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be here to just go over these three programs that we're doing here in Martin County. We're very proud of the coordinated system that we have here in Martin County, and I'm excited to just briefly go over them with you. So Martin Community Coach, that is the service that we have named our TD service that we do. If someone is a transportation disadvantaged rider in Martin County, it means they meet one of these three criteria. They're over 65 with no other means of transportation, they're disabled with no other means of transportation, or they're at or below 100% of the poverty level with no other means of transportation. And so Martin Community Coach is our door-to-door system. We provide door-to-door trips from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. And currently, because of some funding issues that I'll talk about in a minute, we're currently limiting our riders to 3 round trips a week. That's just the way we've had to do it, to make sure that we can provide as many trips as possible to our clients here in Martin County. And we did expand services in 2019 and 2020 with an ISD grant. And we have another ISD grant application that's been submitted that we're very hopeful on. Our average client age is 78 years old here. Our average trip length is 9.6 miles. We have 4 transportation vendors. SRA brokers out the trips in Martin County. We have 4 transportation vendors with 32 vehicles, and we're really proud of their on-time performance, 92%, and only 0.13% of all trips result in a complaint. So we're really, really proud of our vendors and the customers service that we offer them. We average
That's a total of 32 vehicles, or is that 4?
Yes, sir.
4 times 30. Okay.
Yeah, it's 4 vendors with a total of 32. Yes, sir. We average about 512 calls to our call center every month. And our most popular destinations, as you probably hear every county you go to, is dialysis, the grocery store, and to employment. So like I mentioned, our funding, we are one of those counties that has been negatively affected by the new formula. The new formula has resulted in us every year for the last 2 years getting a decrease in funds. And so you can see how our funding has gone down the last few years. And with that, our ridership has gone down the last few years because we are currently only getting that 10% local match from our local Board of County Commissioners. So next year, we're projected to only do 7,900 trips. That is if our ISD grant isn't funded. I will note that that's still more than we were able to do in the 2018-2019 fiscal year. So that's Martin Community Coach. That's the services that the CTD helps fund for us. Now I want to talk about the Indian Town Shuttle. We talked yesterday at the Visioning Summit about leveraging partnerships and creating partnerships with other agencies to help with transportation issues. And so the Indian Town Shuttle is one of the partnerships that SRA has created. When we took over in 2018, we realized that Indian Town, it's this rural village to the west of town, to the west of where we are currently. And they have a fixed route, but it's very limited. It's only available to them Monday through Friday. And so one of the things that we were hearing from the village residents was that they weren't able to get into the grocery store that's in Stewart in this town on the weekends because the fixed route transportation was not available to them. And so one of the things that we were real passionate about when we took over as the CTC in 2018 was helping those workers get into the grocery store on Saturdays. So we connected with FDOT, got a 5310 grant. The village of Indiantown is putting up the local match for that grant. And so we offer a shuttle from Indiantown to the Publix and the Walmart in Stewart on Saturdays. It runs 5 times a day, and there's no passenger fee, and it's just open to everyone. And that's one of the things we were able to start. One of the things that we like about it on the TD side is a lot of our TD clients that would have to use us for a door-to-door trip on Saturdays are able to take the shuttle, and it doesn't charge the trip and equipment grant anything. And as you can see, we started this program in April of 2020, which I'm convinced is the worst month ever to start a new public transportation. And so our ridership started very low, but every month in the current fiscal year, our ridership has just gone up and up and up, and we're really proud of that program. And so Marcelino, he's one of our riders who rides pretty regularly. He said the shuttle is a godsend to those of us who can't ride the fixed route on weekdays. So we're really proud of our Indiantown shuttle, and there's some pictures of our clients. And then the last thing I want to talk about this morning is the Treasure Coast Developmental Mobility Advantage Ride Program, which the commission should be very intimate with because you helped fund it with an ISD grant to the CTC to the north of us, St. Lucie County. What happened was we were approached, SRA was approached by the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council, and they said, hey, we want to fund some trips. Do you think that would be something that people with developmental disabilities would take advantage of on the Treasure Coast? And we said absolutely. And so we started this program, and at the same time, St. Lucie County had written the ISD grant to you all for doing the same types of trips, tripping the most vulnerable population on the Treasure Coast, those with developmental disabilities. And so we were able to create this 4-county program that involves 2 CTCs, 2 different state agencies. We used a TNC for a little while. It's a big coordination efforts, and we were able to start the Advantage Ride program. And so, right, like I said, it's the Senior Resource Association, the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council, the CTD, and St. Lucie County. And we've really seen this program. I'm very, very proud of this program. It's taken off. And so in October of 2020, we were doing 49 trips a day, and now we're doing 121 trips a day. 23% of all of our trips are cross county, and 64.7 of them begin or end in St. Lucie County, which makes sense if you look at the population of the 4 counties that we're working in. We have a 96% on-time performance for ambulatory trips and 87% on-time performance for wheelchair trips. Average trip length is 19 minutes. Average trip distance is 9 miles. And we've done 48,000 trips since October 1st for people with developmental disabilities. So we're very proud of that program. We hope our ISD grant in the future will get funded so we can continue the high level of efficiency of that program.
And the focus on that program is for education and work for those individuals.
Yeah. And so there's just some of the comments that we have on that program. And those are really the 3 main transportation programs that we've started in Martin County since we took over CTC in 2018. I could talk all day about it, but I'm trying to be brief. I know you'll have an important meeting. I just want to echo what Karen said about Beth and Ricardo. Working with the MPO in this county has been great. Our local coordinating board won the coordinating board of the year at the CTD awards last year.
And I was going to say, I was remiss in saying how much I enjoy working with the LCB here. Both of us enjoy. And Merritt, congratulations. I know you're on. I heard you earlier, and we really have built a really good relationship with all of them, and appreciate their support and advice.
Said to Merritt that if he decides to end being an elected official, we would be happy to have him on our commission.
You would be very, very fortunate to have him on your commission.
Well, thanks. First of all, I want to say thanks for everybody that welcomed us, that are hosting us. I mean, I'm a fan of getting around, boots on the ground. I mean, otherwise it can get a little academic, a little clinical if you're sitting in a same room every time, all the time. So, and then getting to meet the folks and see the services and it makes it more tangible, more personal, if you say that. So, but we do thank you for hosting that. I don't know if any of the commissioners had any questions for Chris or Karen or at this point in time. Yeah, it sounds like a great program. Appreciate it
Very much.
And like I said, we will post this on, if y'all are good with it, we'll post it on our website. That way they can, get to see
Public
it.
record now, David.
Yeah.
Rachel keeps poking me over here. All right, so I think that's all the informational items.
Yeah, we're on to, now the minutes we don't have published, so we recommended tabling that for the next commission meeting, when we can be able to.
Okay,
have
so I don't know if the commissioners heard that, but the meeting minutes from the last meeting are not complete yet. So we will need a motion to table that, if that's correct.
I think so. I mean, Rochelle, that's usually the protocol, right?
It is normally the protocol.
Yeah, so I'll need a motion to table that, and then we'll hit those minutes and these minutes both next time. We just want to make sure that they're accurate. So
Make a motion to table. The minutes.
thank you, Commissioner Shawley. Any second?
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. And then we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of tabling the approval of the March 22nd, 2022 meeting minutes until next meeting, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, then let's move on to the bulk of the action item agenda is the designations of the community transportation coordinators. And I know we've got folks lined up, so we'll just go through these one at a time. The first one up is Broward County. Charlie?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome back.
Yep.
Charlene Burke, I'm with the Broward Metropolitan Planning Organization. We don't have a presentation. I'll be very brief. We've had a 20+ year relationship with Broward County Transit, which runs the fixed route and the paratransit. We've provided the backup material, and that just confirms that we have a resounding support for that program, and we would appreciate the continuation for the redesignation for Broward County Transit.
Great, thank you. With that, Charlene presented, is there a motion to accept the recommendation for Broward County?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion on it? Any questions? With that, all those approve the designation as indicated by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thanks, Charlie. All right, and then the next one up is Franklin County. Quentin, do we have Quentin Eastberg on the room in the call?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey.
sir. Good morning.
Morning, Quentin. Go ahead. Let's do Frank. Let's do. I know you've got several here, Quentin. Let's just
Sure.
go through one at a time, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Starting with Franklin County.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just think this is page 13 of your agenda packet, and I've got it up on my other screen here. So I'm sorry I'm looking rude at you here, but we did an RFQ process for Franklin County. We had the basically bid opening for 3 weeks, started back in February, closed March 14th. We received one response. That was from the current CTC, which was Gulf County ARC and Transportation. For the board, I did get an email within the last week that they're undergoing a name change, doing business as name change to ARC on the Gulf Inc. So moving forward, I believe that's what they're going to want to be called on any documentation is ARC on the Gulf Inc. But that's a recent development. So in Franklin County, again, we did the RFQ process. I had one response, got approval from the commission to move forward negotiation with a single entity, brought that before our board, which is on page 14, the resolution. So we're requesting that the current CTC remain, and that was Gulf County ARC or ARC on the Gulf Inc. In Franklin County.
Okay. With that recommendation from Franklin County. Can I get a motion to accept Gulf County ARC as the designated CTC?
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Commissioner Velez. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Knight, the second. Any discussion on that? My only comment would be before we vote is to make sure, Quentin, that we, with the name changes, that all that gets done and documented and circulated and communicated so that, you know, we don't have two different names running around. So that next time we meet, I just want to make that comment to make sure we get all that cleaned up.
Yes, sir.
With that in mind, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? If not, then Gulf County ARC is reappointed. So let's move to Gaston County.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Gadsden County starts on page 16 of your packet. Same situation. We did an RFQ process, open for the same period for a 3-week period. We also received only one response. The current CTC, which is Big Bend Transit Incorporated. They've been the CTC in Gadsden County, I believe, since the 80s or even earlier, 1980s and earlier. Do a fantastic job. Received approval to go under internegotiation with a single entity. And our board did approve that back at our March meeting as well. So if staff recommendation would be to reappoint Big Bend Transit in Gadsden County.
Okay. Thank you. With that, I need a motion to approve Big Bend Transit as the CTC in Gadsden.
Mr. Knight makes the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Knight. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Elwell. With that, all those in favor of appointing Big Bend Transit as the CTC for Gadsden County signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? If not, thank you very much. It passes. Next one is Gulf County.
All right, this is page 19 of the packet. Gulf County and Franklin County are contiguous neighboring counties, and both have been under the designation of Gulf Transportation or ARC on the Gulf that we had just approved for Franklin County. Same designation cycle. Also only received one response, and that was the current CTC, Gulf Transportation or ARC on the Gulf Inc. Same process as we used in Franklin County, same result with the recommendation of moving forward with the current CTC in Gulf County, continuing as the CTC.
Okay, thank you, Quentin. With that, can I get a motion to approve Gulf Country ARC, currently known as Gulf Country ARC as the CTC for Gulf County?
Motion to approve. This is Christine Gray.
Thank you. Second.
Mr. Knight seconds.
Thank you. Mr. Knight, any discussion? If not, all those that approve Gulf County designation, Gulf County ARC for Gulf County, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, the motion passes. Okay, last one for you, Quentin, Liberty County.
All right, Liberty County is a little bit different. This is a local government that provides the operation for the CTC in the county. Therefore, we asked the board if they were interested in continuing. And this is back in December. You'll see that they have a letter of desire to remain as the county, Liberty County Board of County Commission, page 23 of your packet. We've taken that letter up to our board and kept that approval moving forward. Liberty County has a history of providing safe and efficient services to the residents of their county. So we feel comfortable making the recommendation for the Liberty County Board of County Commission doing business as Liberty County Transit to remain the CTC in Liberty County.
Okay, thank you, Quentin. With that, I need a motion to approve the Liberty County Board of County Commissioners as a designated CTC for Liberty County.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Flores. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Elwell. Any discussion on that? Not all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 If not, then Liberty County Board of County Commissioners is Liberty County CTC. All right.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it. Next one up is Madison County, and we have, is it Lynn Godfrey on? Anyone on from Madison County? North Central Florida Regional Planning Council? Remember to unmute.
Next one.
Yeah, let's go. Let's skip that one. Okay, we'll circle back around. Someone can check on, yeah, thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, make a little bit. Next one, Nassau County. Margot, are you on from Northeast Florida Regional Council?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So Nassau County Council on Aging is a longstanding CTC. They were the only respondent to our RFP, but they did an excellent proposal. They've been very responsive and open to change, and they're very appreciated in the region. The local coordinating board and the regional council, the Northeast Florida Regional Council, are both enthusiastic about their redesignation, and we hope the commission will be as well. So we recommend your approval. Thank you.
Thanks, Margot. With that, I would like a motion to approve the Nassau County Council on Aging as the CTC for Nassau County.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. I need a second.
Mr. Knight seconds.
Thank you. Any discussion? Not all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Thank you. So the Nassau County Council on Aging is being appointed as CTC for Nassau County. Thank you very much, Margaret.
Thank you.
All right, Okaloosa County. Howard, are you on West Florida Regional Planning Council?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Chair and board members. Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners is a local government, and they have been serving safe and efficiently service since 2003. Emerald Coast Regional Council has recommended them to continue to serve as the Community Transportation Coordinator, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. So I need a motion to approve the Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners as the designated CTC for Okaloosa County.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Mr. Tillers, I need a second.
Mr. Knight seconds.
Thank you. Any discussion on Okaloosa County? Not everyone in favor of, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The motion passes. Okaloosa County Board of County Commissioners is the CTC for Okaloosa County. Thanks, Howard. All right, next one up, Palm Beach County. Do we have Valerie on?
Hi,
Oh,
Greg Reed here.
Greg.
Greg Gabriel from the Palm Beach CPA. Valerie, our interim executive director, is not you call or.
Yeah.
But so we are the NPO working closely with Palm Trend, and we want to continue being the CTD designated for Palm Beach County.
Okay. All right. Great.
Greg.
Great. Okay. Thanks, Greg. Okay. So I need a motion to approve Palm Beach Transportation Planning or Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners as the CTC for Palm Beach County. Need a motion for that.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion for Palm Beach County? Otherwise, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? With that, Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners is appointed as CTC. Thanks, Greg. Yep. Pinellas County. Rob, are you on? Oh, there you are. That's right. Sorry.
My name is Rob Flagel. I'm with Ford Pinellas. Ford Pinellas is the land use and transportation planning entity countywide for Pinellas County, Florida. And our CTC is the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, PSTA. They're a governmental entity, first became the CTC in 2012. They expressed their interest in being redesignated as the CTC for the next 5 years. Based on our experience as the Metropolitan Planning Organization, designated as the planning agency for the county, our board rather voted to recommend PSTA for another 5 years and approved a resolution in the packet on March 9th, 2022, and our local coordinating board approved that as well in February. So we enthusiastically support the PSTAs being redesignated as the CTC for Pinellas County.
With that, I need a motion that the PSTA be redesignated as the CTC.
So moved, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. I need a second. Second. Thank you, Commissioner Does. Any discussion? Not all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So with that, Rob, I'll use your word, we enthusiastically approve. All right. Did we ever get a hold of Lynn Gott, Madison County?
Hi, good morning, Mr. Chairman. This is Lynn Godfrey with the North Central Florida Regional Planning Council. I apologize. I was having technical difficulties online, so I'm calling in. The North Central Florida Regional Planning Council issued a request for proposals for the designation of the Madison County Community Transportation Coordinator. The council received 2 proposals, one from Big Bend Transit Incorporated, the other from Marudi Mobility Management Incorporated. A technical review committee ranked and scored and ranked, the proposals. Big Bend Transit was ranked number 1. Marudi Mobility Management proposal was ranked number 2. The local coordinating board and the planning council are recommending that Big Bend Transit Incorporated be redesignated the Community Transportation Coordinator for a 5-year period effective July 1st, 2022.
Okay, thank you. With that, I need a motion to approve Big Bend Transit as the CTC for Madison County. Motion. Okay, got a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Not, then the motion passes. Big Bend Transit, it's CTC for the next 5 years for Madison County. All right, thank you, Lynn. And everybody's having technical difficulties today, so you're good.
Good company.
All right, so that's all the CTC designations that I'm aware of. We only have one additional action item, and that is the election of a vice chair. We need a vice chair for this commission because I need all the help I can get. And then some, and so, and it's, you know, and it's quite honestly, it's good to balance out. I mean, I tend to be a little technical, a little bit, and I'm the engineer, and so it's nice to balance out those perspectives and those, understandings. And that's why I appreciated all the commissioners kind of chiming in yesterday at the visioning session to kind of understand that, it's more than what I see out there, which is good to do. So with that, I am willing to entertain any motions for anyone willing to volunteer, yourself or anyone else, to be the vice chair at this point in time.
I would like to recommend Christine Gray.
Okay, we have a motion for Commissioner Gray to be a candidate. Any other volunteers, voluntold, anything of that nature? If not, I know I'm going to go out of the form a little bit, but Commissioner Gray, how does that make you feel?
I'm honored and also a little speechless because I know that what we do here impacts so many Floridians with disabilities and disadvantaged. But I know that if I was given the opportunity to do that, I would not let the commission down at all.
Thank you. So we have a motion for Commissioner Gray to serve as the vice chair of Florida's Commission for Transportation Disadvantage. Do I have a second of that motion?
Commissioner Knight seconds.
Thank you, Commissioner Knight. Any further discussion on that? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Then the motion carries. Congratulations, Commissioner Gray. You're the vice chair. And we'll send you your to-do list this afternoon. So enjoy.
Thank you so much, I guess.
We'll give her an easy one. We'll give her the rate model.
There you go. Great. Yeah.
Sorry, Commissioner Gray, you missed that conversation yesterday.
Or the formula.
Or the formula.
Yeah. Something easy like that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to get an email about it, though, to fill me in.
All right, that concludes the action item. Thank you, Commissioner Gray, by the way. We all have other things to do, and so it's all about priorities. So appreciate that. That's the action item, and then we're moving to the informational item part of the agenda. And with that, Director Darm, you have your executive director's report.
Yes, sir. I will go through this pretty quickly. First off, let me go into some updates on our grants. As you heard earlier from the presentation, we have the Innovative Service Development Grant, ISD grant. That is a competitive grant that is meant to, for us as a commission to invest in pilot projects that test new ways of serving our population, testing in either whether it might be like a new on-demand service, new cross-county service, connection to a fixed route, or it's maybe focusing on a specific group of people, specific population, a specific purpose type of trip. So we got 4 million this year, which is less, which means it's going to be a lot more competitive. So we will have our subcommittee. We received 11 applications this year, totaling over, I think it was over 5 million that we received in total requests. So obviously we're going to have to make we have Commissioner Tellez will be chairing the subcommittee that will be discussing that next week, making a recommendation to the full commission, where this board will make the decision in June as to which projects are approved, which hopefully we'll have that published. We also have the Shirley Conroy grant, which is a competitive grant for the purchase of capital equipment. We also just had that deadline. We got the applications, and that subcommittee is going to be reviewing it and deciding their recommendations on June 14th. So we got to discuss as a commission, y'all have to decide what date you can meet in June. This would be a relatively quick meeting, virtual, hopefully not technically challenged virtual. What we tend to seem to have problems when we're meeting in another location. So this hopefully won't be too difficult. But I wanted to throw this out there before I get into any other updates to y'all. The 2 dates that we've identified as options are the Friday, the June 24th, or June 27th on the Monday following. So do any commissioners have any preferences of when they would like to meet? This one should be hopefully, I would hope no more than an hour, 10 hour and 15 at the most to discuss. Actually, probably less than an hour. Honestly, it's just going to be those 2 grants, I believe, will be the primary items of the agenda and the minutes.
Is there a time of day that historically we've had these?
We usually do them around 2 in the afternoon. Commissioner Tellez, you're the one I usually, because I know you have meetings usually in the afternoon. We 1:30 2, is that usually home? Okay. So if that's it, is that a Commissioner Elwell? Is that do you have a preference of time?
I just was trying to avoid mornings, so 2 o'clock is. It's not because I'm sleeping in, it's just.
The cafecito though, so we'll see how that
How
goes.
about the 24th? We just,
Yeah.
24th at 2. Let's
do that. Okay.
And then, but we do need to check with anyone that's not here today, the commissioner. I just want to double check, but will somebody send out a calendar invite? I live by my Outlook calendar, so can
We'll do that.
Lock that down sooner rather than later? Yeah.
All right, so what I'll do today is I will double check with the commissioners individually to be sure that that date works for everybody. It should be fine. 2 o'clock, Commissioner Elwell, I think that was your motion.
Not a motion.
Yeah, that was my motion. That was it, yeah.
As an unofficial. All right, so we got that. We'll plan tentatively Friday the 24th. I will send a calendar invite. We'll be sure to make that confirmation, hopefully this afternoon, if not tomorrow morning, we'll send out a memo.
Okay.
The one only other update I want to share was about the Vision Summit. Thank you, Julia, for your comments. We had a really good discussion, I believe. I want to again thank the folks at Stewart and Martin County for hosting us. We have Commissioner Elwell as one of our new board members, so it was an opportunity to get to meet him. It was an opportunity. Well, actually, it was an opportunity also for a lot of other folks to meet each other because many of us haven't met each other just except through a virtual or phone call. We went through an overview of the TD program, gave the commissioners a chance to really ask questions and think deeply about the challenges of our future. And then we had an afternoon round, we called it a roundtable discussion. It really was a very informal conversational style. And so far I have heard nothing but positive reception to that discussion, though we certainly have some more conversations to be had. Some of the big topics that came up, obviously, number one is this workforce shortage challenge that's affecting everybody. It's affecting not just the driver side of things, although that's the big concern, but also all the various types of staffing roles. Even the planning agencies are down staff. This is a system-wide, nationwide issue. But we met to discuss it because our concern is, as we've heard from several people, that the demand side of our services, particularly as it relates to demand response paratransit, is going up, though it's not yet, I don't believe, at the levels that they were February 2020. It's very much looking like we should be able to get to that point probably by the end of this year, which we'll have more analysis as we go through. As we get this fiscal year data, we'll give you a better sense of that. But the concern that we have is that if the system doesn't figure out a way to get a sustainable workforce to meet those needs, we're in for some trouble. We're already in trouble. And we're hearing some accounts of specifics where routes are down, trip quotas are down. And we understand it is a system-wide problem, but we want to find some strategies or we want to explore some strategies to help the system. It won't be just the commission doing this. This will take a collaborative effort. We're going to pull in some experts at our conference in August that could help us maybe have more intensive sessions with our CTCs and other partners. I went to our staff and I went to a national conference a couple weeks ago in Kentucky and found some experts on this. So we're going to try to bring them down here. We want to try to bring in best practices across industries, not just unique to transportation. I think this challenge is something that is a little bit more foreign to our system because unless you come from a workforce development background, this may be a little bit more challenging to navigate. So we'd like to bring in those experts. The other topic that came up was the challenges and concerns about funding, particularly as it relates to our rate, the rate setting and our funding methodology, our new formula. And so I believe from my role, I'm going to go ahead and just say that from my perspective, I am committed to having some deeper discussions on that, particularly the understanding of the rate setting works, because I think that's something that came out of that the rate setting that the CTCs do to basically be reimbursed for our grant. There may be some nuance that are I think as a whole we would benefit from going a little bit deeper. One last thing on the updates tied to the Vision Summit, but also tied to our priorities this year is basically, I think this is going to tie to the rate discussions actually. We're also looking at a redesign of our AOR, annual operating report. Our goal is that we need to figure out a way to ensure that the data that we receive from our CTCs is in fact verifiable. Right now, we don't have that capability on a statewide level, but I believe that we can explore that this summer. Once we get through these grants, get through this fiscal year cycle, we want to make that the priority over the summer between, hopefully before conference, we can have a better sense about what direction we want to go with that. But what I will try to reassure folks is that though the formula has been decided upon as far as its methodology, that doesn't mean that there isn't room down the road to explore potential adjustments to that, especially maybe in terms of the references of the performance, because that is definitely something that we're getting a lot of feedback on. I'm not, obviously it's the commission's decision. I'm not going to commit the commission to anything yet because we still have to research this. But I want to send this message out to those of you who did come to me personally, who did speak at yesterday's summit about your concerns about performance, funding, and how the new formula is affecting y'all when it comes to the coordination. We very much are sensitive to those concerns, and we do want to explore that over the summer with y'all. Please give us some time to get through this grant cycle, because that has been completely dominating us. On when it comes to funding, especially. So I think that's all I've got. Oh, and then just we're really excited about growth. That's a theme. We're really excited about workforce growth, growth of knowledge, growth of innovation in our state. I keep saying this is the year of the renaissance for the TD program, and I mean that with every fiber of my being, because I'm seeing us becoming national leaders once again, like we were in the 90s. So I keep saying in the emails, and I'll say it now, get ready, get excited, because this is the year that we're going to really see a complete culture phenomenon in this state when it comes to coordination. So very, very excited about that with y'all. So that's all I've got, Mr. Chair. I'll answer any questions if you have any.
Well, thanks. Just, and I'll reiterate, I mean, talking about, I personally, and I don't know how the other commissioners feel, I like the idea of always looking at, I mean, you can't turn the knobs every month and adjust everything every month, but, determining where we can make adjustments based on needs, and the system and the processes, we do have some flexibility and really fully exploring that so that the, benefits to user more than that's, I'm a firm believer, looking at all the flexibility you can have and using that, because quite honestly, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. So we've got to understand where we can move things and where we can't. But again, you can't turn the knobs every time you do something. But so that, and then secondly, we did get a lot of good data yesterday. I mean, I took a lot of notes. I know it was recorded. How are we going to capture this? I know we got meeting minutes, but
good question.
Because I don't mind emailing it to someone, to staff, and saying, here's my notes, I don't know how you want to capture that, but I want to capture that. So
that would be great. So we would definitely summarize what was put on the record. If I can get it done, we can try to get that even published in the next commission meeting packet. So people can just see that. But if you want to send me what your takeaways are, I did get some email. I got one email today from another attendee that shared my thoughts. So I would even extend that even to the folks out in the field who were attending, what you got out of that. And then to answer your question about how that's going to be captured, I guess, in terms of a sort of a data analysis, is that our team's going to take that feedback. We're going to brainstorm how can each of these topics are different. So for example, the topic regarding the rate model, I can see that being a very beneficial public workshop, webinar, discussion. When it comes to workforce, I think that's going to have to be a lot more tailored at the conference, where we pull in HR folks and some other experts who can have specialized trainings around that topic. So it could vary from what the topic is, but we will definitely update y'all for the next commission meeting, what we're kind of seeing based on what initial feedback we've gotten from this.
Okay, so for direction for anyone is to send me, because I don't want everybody getting emails. That'd be just kind of crazy. Just me.
If you send me the email, I will log it in along with the recording, and then we'll come back in June, and I can give a summary based on what information we did.
Are you okay with that? Everybody sent just him, not the group, so just him. Okay, got it. I just want to make sure. Any other, I guess, questions, comments on executive director report? If not, any other commissioner or advisors have any reports they want to make? Various sundry remarks?
Actually, I do.
Okay.
Thank you, but I was waiting for the commissioner on the phone to see if she wanted to say anything. All right, well, I'm going to dive in, then I've got a few brief things to share with you all. As you all are aware, we have a new secretary at the DOT. Jared Perdue was appointed by the governor in April, He has an extensive background in public transportation as well as an engineering background, and had previously served in our District 3 and District 5 offices. Secretary Perdue is a consensus builder and believes that everybody needs to be at the table discussing issues. So we are very excited to have Secretary Perdue as our new leader. I also, on the issue of workforce issues, there are several sessions that are part of the FPTA, FDOT Cutter Professional Development Workshop the first week of June. So I encourage your staff to check those out. Just so there isn't duplication of effort. Maybe we can build on what the team has put together at the PDW. We also had a session in February with both the operations, maintenance, and HR departments of the transit systems with a speaker from Hillsborough Community College on workforce development and some strategies that he sees in the industry, in all across industries, not just in transportation. So there is valuable information out there. I also would like to let you know that there hasn't been a lot of movement on the vehicle front. There is still severe supply chain shortages in the production of vehicles. It's a chassis shortage and a subcomponent shortage, and they do not building until fall of 24. So things are starting to slowly open up, but coupled with the price increases, we're probably in for another 2 years of a rough time getting vehicles to our agencies. And then the very last thing I have to share with the commission is the paratransit maintenance technician of the year nominations have gone out through FPTA. The paratransit technician of the year award was created 2 years ago. Bobby Westbrook from the DOT team thought it was really important to recognize the technicians that deal on that side of the industry. And so he got that award included. So I encourage all of the agencies to submit one of their technicians that they have in-house maintenance for that award. And that's it.
Yeah, so we suggest, I don't know how that was advertised. How is that, how does that information, is it sent out? Is it an active or is it a passive? Just curious on the.
I believe it is actually sent out by FPTA.
Okay. Right.
So I believe it's through their newsletter, but I will ask our RTAP team, our Rural Transit Assistance Program team, to also send it out. Because that way it'll reach the commission
If
members.
it's buried and, and it's,
Yes.
that is. Is Bobby fully retired?
He is not.
He is not.
He will still be here. I don't know. He keeps changing. And I keep
That's all
begging
good,
him to stay.
That's all good. Yeah, string him out as long as you can on that one. So, and then the other thing, which you mentioned, Liz, which I think was really good, was the benchmarking of past work. Because I don't want to start fresh this August and go, let's just spitball some ideas. You know what I mean? If we've had these meetings, let's figure out a way to capture that, either after action report or something, and then we can shape our meeting and get to some meat quicker, probably. So I think that's a good, because it's a universal issue in the state right now, no matter what industry you're in, they're dealing with it. And quite honestly, there may be some adjacent industries that have some good ideas too. So maybe there's some benchmarking, we could do, at least for efficiency. Otherwise, we're just going to be saying the same things over and over again. So any other advisor commissioner reports? Anybody online? If not, we will move to the final public comment section. Again, this is on anything that you want to talk about. There's a 5-minute limit. We ask that you introduce yourself, the county you're from. Don't forget, if you're online, you got to hit unmute, and if you're on the phone, it's *6. Okay, so first of all, in the room, any additional public comment in the room? If not, on the Teams meeting, anyone final public comments on the Teams meeting? And last but not least, the telephone. Anyone wishing to make public comment on the telephone at this point? Okay, if not, any closing comments by commissioners or advisors?
See if Commissioner Barrios is on to introduce herself. She was having some issues when she was trying to get in.
Yeah, Commissioner Barrios, did you join us?
Hi, can anybody hear me?
Oh, yes. Hey, welcome.
Hey, hi, thank you so much. This is my first meeting, so I just want to say I'm super glad to be here, excited to be part of, everything that the commission is trying to do. I guess I'm here from the perspective of a user. I am visually impaired, and my professional background is public health, so it's very exciting for me to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, well, welcome. We look forward to meeting in person. Our next meeting is virtual, which is going to be on,
we're saying June.
And then we'll, go from there. But welcome to the commission, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, with that, unless someone else got any other comments, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I just wanted to, John just reminded me something. We have security in this building, so after the meeting, John and I can take turns taking people downstairs in the elevator.
Okay.
That's just the rules that they have.
Sure. No, okay. So don't rush out. Get in line. Fire drill. All right. So without any motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Knight makes the motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Second? Second. Thank you. All those in favor of adjourning? Aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the meeting is adjourned. Have a good day. Drive safely home. Especially y'all, especially those that John are driving.